Hello everyone, welcome back to the Revival. It's the final episode of the week, and you find me in a little bit better mood than I was in the last couple of episodes. That's mainly due to the fact that we just absolutely spanked Brighton and Hove Albion 3 goals to nil. A scrappy opener from Vinicius Jr. from a corner which bounced around and ended up falling at his feet. A second goal coming from Almiron, and then a third goal also from Miguel Almiron, ending up making it a very, very happy day. And a happy away day for the Newcastle fans who travelled in support. Today we're playing Sheffield United. Let's get right into it. So, looking at the options available to us, you'll see that Maximan has recovered from his injury. Paredes will continue to keep his place on the bench. Everyone else is fighting fit, ready to go. Farfan will miss out, and I think maybe should Xavi have a go? No, I think we'll leave Xavi away this time. Oh, I completely it wasn't 2 goals for Almiron. There was a goal for Joel Linton in amongst all of that. We actually took the opportunity to rest Timo Werner for the majority of the match. He came on at the 75th minute, I think, and did look pretty dangerous in that last few minutes. But Joel Linton led the line superbly well in the last outing and ended up grabbing himself a fantastically worked headed goal. It was a whipped ball in from the left-hand side from Willems. First time volley cross, and it just whipped in straight onto the head of Joel Linton. It was like a homing missile, and he put it into the back of the net. So apologies for misleading you with the goal scorers in that game. But yeah, that's going to be the team that plays for us today. We've got options on the bench if we need to change things up. Joel Linton can come on, give us a more aerial presence if we so require it. But we've had a lot of joy, despite the fact that Joel Linton scored a header for us. Had a lot of joy actually coming along the ground recently. It feels like the AI adapted to the way that we played, and we've now found ways of getting around that. I think the idea really, if you want to be able to play a certain way all of the time, try to develop a style of play which isn't overly reliant on playing down one particular wing or always through the centre. You should really try to mix things up, because then the AI hasn't got a clue what it's supposed to be defending against. It can only adapt to a certain number of things. So the idea is to be as varied as possible, and you'll get a lot more joy. So here we go, we'll start with an attack down the left wing, cross into the box. Werner alive to it, but unable to get his head to it, ahead of the United defender. And Sheffield United now come away with the ball, and they're looking to try and play it out of their area. Although we are putting very decent pressure on these Sheffield United players right now, it has to be said. And they've won that header. We're going to have to try and win the ball back from them quickly. And we do manage to Thibaut. Shelvey plays it forward, infield to Nkunku, who's caught on the ball, gets it back to Shelvey. Nkunku again plays it out to the other wing. Nice idea for a little release ball through the middle, but it wasn't happening. Back to Shelvey in the middle. Not the pass I was intending, but we did retain possession, so I'm not too worried right now. Back to Shelvey, plays it along to Hayden, who's looking, and there's a ball, nearly. It was a lovely ball, but it just couldn't quite make it through. And now Sheffield United again looking to counter-attack from deep in their own half, but they play it sideways and they lose any momentum that they would have already had. And it's back in possession with Newcastle United. Newcastle not passing as well as you would expect them to, but putting on very good pressure. Really doing a very good job of trying to pen these Sheffield United players into their own half. and forced them into playing a long release ball. Again, forced back. And there's the long ball, which is mopped up by the Newcastle players gratefully. Oh, little bit of an interception there by United. And they've got a break in play, which they might be able to take advantage of. And a free kick has been rewarded as a result of that. Shouldn't be a scoring opportunity direct from the free kick, but they do have a centre forward. Sorry, not a centre forward, a centre back who is more than capable. Oh, and hello, that's a lovely release ball for Werner, who's found on the wing, plays it inside for Junior. It's loose in the box, no one to get to it except for a Sheffield player. We should have just left that, really. It's won back by Junior, though, quite nicely. Maximan on the wing. That's a good cross. Header doesn't quite match it, but it does go out for a corner. A little bit more pressure being put on there now by the Newcastle players. Punched out by the goalkeeper. Straight back in. One back by Newcastle. Shelvey doing his defensive job very nicely indeed. Good cross. Shelvey hammering it against the Sheffield United player. Newcastle stay in possession of the ball. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's a decent save from the goalkeeper. It was low and he had to reach back and catch it behind himself. Oh, now Newcastle trying to hit. Newcastle aren't trying to hit on the break. Sheffield United trying to hit on the break. Having some joy, it has to be said. The Newcastle players a little bit... Oh dear, been caught a couple of times now. Newcastle have got in their own way. Oh, that's pretty poor from Werner. Couple of times Newcastle players have played balls without really looking at where it's going, and that's costing them possession. Long ball and easy as pie for Newcastle, but the whistle goes anyway. It's half time, it's 0-0. It's not the best game of football. Hopefully things will improve slightly in the second half. Very, very dull. Not much really created either way. We'll see what happens in this second half. But it might not be too long until Paredes, who has been something of a miracle worker for Newcastle recently, gets himself back on the pitch. Oh, that's it. Werner's away. Bereft of confidence at the moment, the German, and you can see that the finish wasn't there. He would perhaps have been slightly more clinical in games past, but today he just shoves it right down the goalkeeper's throat. Newcastle holding on to possession of the ball. It's nice play. Oh, here's a chance for Werner. Oh, and the goalkeeper again. Fantastic save there. Brilliant play by the goalkeeper. Werner kicking himself. He thought he'd done everything he needed to do. It was a well-placed shot, but the goalkeeper equal to it. It's only a matter of time before he gets a goal, you would think. He's certainly playing well enough to get one. Oh, and again, two Newcastle players coming together. And that has cost them possession. That's a good ball. And it's a good run from Werner, which has forced the defender to give away the corner. Newcastle not been very effective from corners of late, it has to be said. Not making the most of their physical attributes. They've got a lot of men who are big, powerful and capable of heading a football, but none of them are able to get onto it. And Werner again spurns another chance. Oh, it's a shot, and it's just over. It was a good shot in the end, an excellent effort. Timed the volley fairly well, tried to stay under it, but maybe just not enough. And they ended up a bit of a flyer. 62 minutes on the clock, and you feel that Newcastle, there might be changes coming sooner rather than later. No, the tackle just too good. Oh, that's a brilliant turn by Werner. Oh no, the goalkeeper again just stopping him from finding that goal, which would end an interminable drought for the German. And the deflected shot ends up in the hands of a grateful goalkeeper. No, and it's just not happening today for Newcastle. Who makes way? That's the big question. I feel like Werner is threatening enough that he should be staying on, so it's going to be Maximan or Junior. I just don't know. That's the answer. I just don't know. Oh, I don't know. I really don't. Let's just go with Maximan. He's just come back from an injury. He probably shouldn't be playing 90 minutes. Oh, no. Shelvey giving away possession now. And Sheffield United on the break. Oh, it's a good pass, but just cut out by the defender in the end. Good pressure from the Newcastle players. And somehow that goes out for a Sheffield United throw. Here comes Maximan coming off for Paredes. Sacrificing a little bit of that pace. But Paredes is probably, on the evidence recently at least, a bit more of a predator in front of goal. And that's probably what United need right now, is a man that can sniff a goal. But now Sheffield United doing a very good job of playing keep ball. That's a foul. United might have wanted to carry on playing, to be fair. Oh, it's another great save. What have you Newcastle got to do to get past Henderson? Admittedly, it's straight at him, but the reactions he needed to get down so low to stop it from going in. It's an excellent stop. And now oh dear. Look at Sheffield United flooding forward in numbers. It's like a red flood, red tide. That's a good ball to release Nkunku. It's another good ball. If Werner can get through to it, he's outnumbered. It has to be said. They're absolutely hunting him down in packs. And Henrichs now on the right-hand side, all by himself. Might be able to get across. No, he can't get the cross. Oh, somehow a cross has found its way in. Surely. Yes, it's a goal. Finally, deadlock broken, and it's Vinicius Junior who comes up with the goal that surely at this stage of the game guarantees all 3 points to Newcastle. And you have to say it's a long time coming. The offside trap broken. Junior strokes it away into the bottom corner, and the goalkeeper, who has worked absolute miracles to keep a clean sheet so far, is left absolutely furious with his defence. Newcastle now looking to make another change. In fact, we might as well make both changes on the flanks. Fullbacks absolutely run their legs off for us today. And we may as well leave the attacking fullbacks instruction on. Oh, here we go. The AI making up the difference. No, I'm going to turn attacking fullbacks off. Famous last words. What's going on here? All of my players just deciding they don't want the ball. Nobody's tracking it at all. Nkunku, release ball through. Werner, here's his chance. It's his goal. He's finally broken his duck. It's taken 4 or 5 matches, but Timo Werner has finally got the goal that he needs, and hopefully that will open the floodgates for the mercurial German. Brilliant through ball by Nkunku, and an equally excellent finish by Timo Werner. Cool as you like into the bottom hand corner of the onion bag. And now Muset comes off to be replaced by Robinson in what will surely be the final change of the afternoon. Well, it was hard work, and it took until the 89th minute for the scoring to open. But once it did, it was all Newcastle. Well, it was all Newcastle all game. But Newcastle got themselves another goal when Sheffield pushed for the equaliser. It left them a little bit open at the back. And Timo Werner with a big smile on his face, and isn't it lovely to see that on him? But that's that, and you can see the tail of the tape. There's only one team that deserved the points today, and it certainly wasn't the away side. 10 shots, 7 on target, only 2 fouls conceded, 6 corner kicks. The pressure on Sheffield United. 8 crosses, definitely tried to load in from the sides today. The crosses mostly ending up going out for corner kicks. Plenty of interceptions, although Sheffield were equal to that. 6 saves by Henderson today. He very much deserves a good score, and he does get a good score. He gets a 7 Mats Hummels getting a 4. What the actual hell is going on with these ratings? I do not know. Timo Werner getting a 7.5 and the man of the match. Probably for the way he led the line and the number of chances that he both created for himself and took. Albeit he didn't score from them, but you have to be in the right areas of the pitch and show the right movement to get these chances in the first place. That'll do. That'll do. Chelsea with a 3-0 victory over Tottenham Hotspur, maintaining their lead at the top of the table by a slim 2 points. We're still ahead of them on goal difference. In fact, that goal difference has extended. It's now 24 goals for. We're looking for Chelsea to drop points soon. It could happen. They've lost 2 matches. We've unfortunately just not been able to take advantage when they've slipped up. Normally it has also resulted in us slipping up as well. Looking at the bottom of the table, well, I mean, Sheffield United didn't play like a team that were rooted to the bottom of the table. They defended like lions. They deserved much better. I would fully expect to see them pushing themselves a little bit further up in the coming weeks. Burnley and Aston Villa keeping them company at the bottom. Burnley only there due to goal difference, with Norwich and Southampton both on equal points with them, but obviously having conceded less than Burnley have. They've all scored 15. So there we go, that's it. That is a week done. Let's have a look at what's coming up for us next. We've had a couple of offers made for players in the intervening weeks. A couple of players that we're all very familiar with. One who is new to the team, one who is very much a stalwart of the team. We did have an offer for Mats Hummels. It was under his valuation. I think he was offered. We were offered 26 million for him. He's valued at 27. I wouldn't sell him for 50. He's that important a player for us. I'm genuinely feeling like at the moment I just want to keep him until he retires. The other player that we had made an offer for was Xavi. Arsenal actually came in with a £27 million bid. The only problem with that is that Xavi is actually rated at £57 million. So I don't feel like I'm going to be allowing him to leave for such a small amount of money. Looks like we've had another offer come in for a player. It is another offer for Xavi. It's an offer from Tottenham, and it's for £27 million. Well, you can fuck right off, my friends. Bye-bye. Xavi ain't going nowhere, not for that kind of money. Okay, so that will do us for another episode. Next time, when you return, I'm just thinking about the fact that we have the transfer window opening. Next time, I think we'll come back for the Everton match. That is a game that I don't think we've played on the series in quite some time. So let's come back for Everton in a few days' time. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.